What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for TheLions.com, PlayPicks.com, and we are going to talk some Sunday night football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. And before we get going, what you are going to do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comment section how you are going to play this game. And stick around for the video because we're going to go ahead. Let's do another contest. Let's go ahead and give away some Amazon gift cards here because it's early in the season. I want you to stick around. I'm going to bribe you to subscribe to this channel and watch these videos. So let's go ahead and get this going. And this is a game in which I have a plethora of bets on the Kansas City Chief. And yes, El Guapo, I do know what a plethora means. And I do have a plethora of bets on the Kansas City Chiefs here. This is a free betting preview over at thelines.com. Just go to the top. There's an NFL tab right there. Boom, Sunday Night Football. And you'll land on this here page right here. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at from a line standpoint. 3.5 in favor of the Chiefs. 53.5 is your total as we sit here. 210 on the money line on the Chiefs, plus 175 on the Ravens money line as we head into Sunday night. So if we look at this injury report, the Chiefs, clean injury report. And what that actually means, not only is it clean, what that means is it's an addition from what we saw last week. What the Chiefs did not have against the Browns, by the way, beating the Browns and beating the Browns, a team that I think is going to be one of the top 5 teams in all the NFL. That means they have Frank Clark back. That means they have Tyrann Mathieu back. So they have the Honey Badger, they have Frank Clark. This is a complete Chiefs team. On the Ravens side, the injury report is not so favorable. So Chris Westry, cornerback, moved to IR. Of course, they already lost Marcus Peters to IR as well. Cornerbacks pretty thin, especially when you consider that Jimmy Smith and Marlon Humphrey, the 2 starting corners that are supposedly air quotes healthy, are also questionable for this game. Defensive end, Derek Wolfe, out for this game. Offensive guard, Tyree Phillips, moved to IR for this game. Left tackle, Ronnie Staley, is technically listed as questionable. Jason Lockenfora, who is an NFL insider, says he is likely out. And not only is he likely out, and is going to probably miss more than one game. Marquise Brown, Devin Duvernay, both starting wide receivers, yes, they are also questionable as well. They have activated Devontae Freeman off of their practice squad. So that's what we're dealing with here on the Ravens side of things as far as all the injuries. Of course, we know about all the other stuff I don't have to tell you about, losing a couple starting running backs, all the people they've lost heading into the season here. But really and truly, this team is beat up pretty badly. What we see here with a 3.5 point spread and where the total is sitting right now is an implied team total for the Chiefs of about 29 points, 29.25, maybe a little bit more, depending on where this line bounces back and forth. On the Ravens side of things, about 25.75, 25.75 when it comes down to it. So I'll roll down here and let you guys read some of the preview and let you read some of the stuff that's going on with this game. But listen, what this all comes down to here is Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen in our lifetime against the blitz. And what do the Ravens do? They just blitz all the time. The version of these, this current version of these two teams has played 3 times. In those matchups, the Ravens have blitzed Mahomes 44.7% of the time. So nearly 1 in every 2 dropbacks. Do you know what Mahomes has done against those blitzes? Mahomes is 48 of 63, which is 76% completion percentage, by the way, for 544 yards, 8.8 yards per attempt, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Mahomes' career, which is right in line with how he is against the blitz, Mahomes has completed 67% of his passes against the blitz for 41 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So if you blitz Patrick Mahomes, he tears up the blitz. And here's the thing about this. That's the only way the Ravens get pressure. The only way that they get pressure is blitzing. That's what Wink Martindale does, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, is he blitzes and he blitzes and he blitzes and he blitzes and then he blitzes some more. Well, guess what? You are going to run into Patrick Mahomes. And what you also do when you blitz is you leave one-on-one coverage with Tyreek Hill, who might be the best wide receiver in all the NFL in getting open in one-on-one situations. Then you look at what Darren Waller did to this Ravens team last Monday. Darren Waller ate this Ravens team alive. And guess what? Yeah, Travis Kelce comes to town. Travis Kelce has at least 6 receptions in 12 straight games dating back to last season. The guy is just an unbelievable force of nature. And by the way, again, right there with Darren Waller, I think Darren Waller's in the conversation for best tight end in the NFL, but Travis Kelce obviously still holds that crown. 19 targets for Darren Waller last week. You know, Travis Kelce's not going to get 19 targets, but let me tell you, he's going to get a ton. If they blitz a ton, then Patrick Mahomes is going to get one-on-ones with Tyreek Hill. It's going to be a bloodbath. Here's the and if you watched this game last week, one of the things you didn't see is just how badly that you saw Lamar Jackson have to run for his life. If you really and truly dig in and go back and watch that film, it didn't feel like it for whatever reason in real time. If you go back and watch that game, Lamar Jackson was running for his life. And now he's got an even weaker offensive line. That was getting pressure against him by the Raiders last week. The Chiefs have a far better defensive line than the Raiders do. And again, like I mentioned, they get back Tyrann Mathieu, they get back Frank Clark this week. Lamar did do damage with his legs last week. He ran for 86 yards. And in those 3 matchups that I'm talking about with this current version of these 2 teams, the Ravens and the Chiefs, he did run for 76. He ran for 46, and then he ran 71. He ran 46, and then he ran for 83. So he's had success with his legs. That being said, he's never had a completion percentage higher than 54.3%. We can kind of scroll right here. One, you should be using this prop. You should definitely be using this prop tool that you find here on the Sunday Night Football page. You can literally type in any player. So I can do like that, Lamar Jackson, bam, and all his props just pop right up. You can shop the lines. It'll show you the best ones out there. So you should be using that anyway. But I'll let you go ahead and take a look here at some of the more write-up on this game. So, yeah, Lamar's going to get his on with his legs. He's going to run. He's going to have to run. Especially, what these receivers, by the way, are going to go, most likely. But they're going to go questionable. Any sort of injury might get them off the field, or they might not be 100% for the entire game. So very limited options as well. Like, look, Mark Andrews is going to be there for Lamar Jackson. If you want to bet Mark Andrews props, I wouldn't hate it. I would not. We can go ahead and look over here right quick, actually. And we can see like what his props are. Receiving yards, Mark Andrews is 50.5. So listen, he only went 3 for 20 last week, 3 catches for 20 yards. One, he had 2 big drops in the game. And then also, he ran a route on 95% of dropbacks. So like, that's all Mark Andrews does. He goes out and he runs routes. I mean, he's going to be out there for Lamar Jackson to throw the ball to. That's not what we're worried about. We're not worried about that. We just need a little bit more efficiency. If I'm playing Mark Andrews props, I'm playing over, especially considering the status of this receiving core, where we already have Rashad Bateman on IR. We already have a couple of other guys on IR. And then you have Marquise Brown and Devin Duvernay, who are both questionable entering. So even if they go, there was at least an injury that was nagging. There was at least something that put them on the injury report as questionable. So I think Mark Andrews gets peppered early and often in this game for sure. The one thing that you can always count on, we'll go to quarterback props here, is Patrick Mahomes and touchdowns. Now, DraftKings is set the number at 2.5 as opposed to 1.5. It's typically 1.5 for these quarterbacks. They set it at 2.5. If you find a book out there with 1.5, you're going to smash the over button as hard as you can, as long as the juice isn't just completely out of hand. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for 2 touchdowns in this game, guaranteed. Will he throw for 3? I don't know, which is why I wouldn't hit this. But he's going to throw for 2, and some of the books out there will just list 1.5 no matter what. If the juice is not completely out of hand, you're hitting the over every single time on Patrick Mahomes to go over that. The other interesting thing is these rushing totals. So if you take a look here, what we didn't really get is any sort of clarity as to what we're going to get in the backfield for this Ravens team. Like Tyson Williams sitting here at 46.5. And like last week, yeah, he was the guy. But what did they do? Latavius Murray, who had only been there a week, ended up getting 10 carries. And now they just activated Devontae Freeman. I don't think you can play Tyson Williams overs this week. I mean, they're going to have 3 backs that are going to be getting rotation here. Latavius Murray with another week in the system under his belt, and Devontae Freeman's actually been there a couple weeks now. So I can't imagine playing anything but unders on Tyson Williams if we're playing props in this thing. But for me, guys, I am all over the Chiefs in this game. I could not be higher on the Chiefs in this game. Listen, there was a look-ahead line. Full transparency here. I do this every time on these videos. You know this. Full transparency. I got the Chiefs look-ahead line at 1.5. Why this was listed at 1.5, I have no idea. But of course, with the injuries, it gets popped back up at 3.5. I got it at 3 in-game during the Monday Night Football game when the Ravens were still playing the Raiders. So I have a 1.5 in my account. I have a 3 in my account. Let us pretend that I was in a coma. I woke up out of nowhere today, and I could only make a bet today. I didn't have a chance to get in at look ahead. I didn't have a chance to get in at 3, and I'm sitting here at 3.5. What would I do? I'm still betting the Chiefs in this game. The mismatches that we look at all over the place are very evident. This Ravens team might get better over the course of the season. I'm not saying they're going to be bad over the course of the season, but right now they are beat up. They are not in a good state right now. There's a lot of reasons to really look at this team and question how they're going to. I mean, listen, you're down a guard, you're going to be down a tackle. So at least 2 of the offensive linemen are going to be new. You're down a defensive end. You're down 2 corners now. Jimmy Smith, Marlon Humphrey are both questionable to enter the game, so they at least have some sort of nagging injury that had to put them on the injury report in the first place. There's just so much going against the Ravens in this game. Really, the only thing I'm going for them is a home field advantage. You do get the team coming to your shop, to your house to play you. So there is that. But outside of that, everything they want to do, they want to blitz, that plays right into what the Chiefs do. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback against the blitz we've ever seen. I mean, there's just so many different things that are going here against this Ravens squad. And love the Chiefs in this. Prove me wrong, Ravens. Prove me wrong, Ravens. Prove me that you can throw the ball accurately multiple times, Lamar Jackson. Do that. Prove it to me. I will gladly lose these bets if the Ravens can prove this to me. It's a prove it to me week. I have a lot of bets that are prove it to me, and prove it to me, Ravens, that you can hang with the best team in the NFL with all of these injuries, with all these guys that are beat up, with all these guys that are nicked up, and the way that you play defense playing right into the hands of the quarterback that you're going up against, who just so happens to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Love the 3.5 here on the Chiefs. Would highly recommend it. And if we're wrong, guys, we're really going to have to see how this went sideways, because I just can't see a path to victory here for this Ravens team. So we're going to give away a gift card. So let's do this. Let's go with the exact passing yard total for Patrick Mahomes. So go into the comment section, put in the exact Patrick Mahomes passing yard number, whatever that might be. If you get it right, I will send you an Amazon gift card just for being a subscriber to this channel, liking this video, and then, of course, commenting in the comment section as to what Patrick Mahomes' exact passing yard total is going to be. Guys, as always, everything we do on the lines is completely free. This betting guide is completely free, and also the very best way that you can bet within your state is absolutely free. U.S. sports betting, click on your state, go in, find your state. It's going to be the very best sign-up offers you can get. Always have multiple outs. The lines are different at different books. Always have multiple outs, and take advantage of all of these bonuses. Look at all of these risk-free bets you can get. So just head to the lines, click on your state, and definitely take advantage of those as well. Good luck on all your bets here on Sunday night.